Restoration Design. My name is Alex, and I'll be doing a couple how-to videos with you today. First panel that we're going to tackle is going to be this front latch panel here. This one has considerable amount of rust up here in the front lip section, and near the bottom. So we're just going to cut the whole panel out, put a fresh one in. We are now manufacturing this front latch panel. There's several different ones available. This one here is actually for 69 to 73 because it's got the hole cut out for the washer bottle. And then the next panel, while we're replacing that front latch panel, will be this inner fender. Inner fender has some good rot through near the bottom here, and then up top where the rubber sits for the fender. So what I've done is built a couple braces off my rotisserie, just for reference to get the new panels in the correct location. Okay, so we got our two pieces that we're going to install here today. First one here is the inner fender for the right side. Part number for reference is PP236AR. Next piece here is the front latch panel. Part number of reference is PP230A. This one is going to be pretty well bang on. You're going to cut your old one out, and this one should pop right into place. Minor tweaking here and there. When we replace this inner fender, we're going to also replace the bumper bracket as well. So you can see here I made this little jig here to locate the bumper bracket. But I've already gone ahead and cut away this inner fender. So I bolt it. Should slide right out of there. Next is remove this front latch panel and get that prepared for the new one. So like I said earlier, we've gone ahead and pre-cut and drilled all the original spot welds out. There's your original. See, it's pretty rough. Got a lot of pits. A lot of rot through. Definitely time for a new one. Slide a new one up in here. Don't forget to cut away the tube for your hood latch release. So once you get the panel in the rough location, we can line it up with our bolts here, the jig. Alright, now that's in place, we'll get our inner fender and bumper bracket in place. Bumper bracket in there. And the holes lined up for our fixture. Okay, once we got it in place, we're going to start throwing a couple tacks here and there, and then we're going to double check everything, our alignment of the hood, the fenders, make sure we have correct gapping along our hood, door line and fenders, and I just want to make sure everything is all nicely square and good to go. So as you can see, I got these two panels lined up. You want a slight gap in between here just to get a nice penetrating weld into each side of the panel. We'll cover it in another video, but there's another part that goes, it's located right here. Part number is PP295R for the right side and L for the left side. That is the last piece that finishes off the last hole on your fender. That would obviously have to be welded into place using a fender or a jig that would have all your fender holes locations in it. Okay, I think we are ready to weld this inner fender in. We're going to give it a couple tacks on a few locations, and then we'll double check our fitment and make sure everything is lining up nicely. I'm just going to throw a couple screws, self-tapping metal screws into the bottom here to suck in the inner fender in towards the latch panel. A lot of the spots on these cars you can't get to with clamps, so we just use a self-tapping metal screw. Once we get it tacked in place, we can take the screws out and just do a little plug weld on those. I like the fit that I got, so we'll throw a couple more tack welds in there. So from here, we can just continue to tack weld around the perimeter of the part and make sure not to concentrate on one area too much, as you're going to heat up the metal and it'll start to distort it. So bounce around from area to area, or even take an air gun and just blow down the welds, keep them cool. That'll prevent your panels from twisting, and you know, if your panels are twisting, you might not get correct alignment, so keep that in mind. So now that we've got our inner fender tacked in place, as well as the front latch panel, we want to go ahead and start fully welding the panels in together. For the front latch panel, as you can see in here, it might be a little bit tough, but we pre-drilled our front suspension pan so that we can just plug weld the suspension pan directly to the front latch support. So that's a stock location of the welds from the factory, as well as along this inner fender here. So for the inner fender, we're going to just drill some holes or put some screws in there, get it nice and tight together, like this side, and then we'll take the screws out one by one and fill the holes in with the plug weld. So thanks for joining us here again today at Restoration Design. Again, my name is Alex, and we look forward to seeing you guys again in the near future.